What if Light Yagami faced the law? Hey everyone, welcome to the very first video on law and anime. This channel is all about blending the thrill of anime with the reality of the legal world. Ever wonder what would happen if anime characters like Light Yagami from Death Note had to follow real-world laws? Well, today, we're gonna answer that question. Buckle up as we take you on a unique journey to explore how the law would handle characters and situations from the anime world. You ready? Let's dive right in. Light Yagami. One of the most iconic anime characters ever. If you haven't watched Death Note yet, get ready, cause this ride is crazy. So Light starts off as your typical high school genius. Like, he's not just smart, he's super smart, top of his class, and he's got this intense sense of justice. Every day he's watching the news and just getting more frustrated with all the crime, violence, and corruption in the world. He feels like the system isn't doing enough to punish the bad guys. He's got this feeling that something needs to change, but he has no idea how. One day, while he's at school, he looks out the window and notices something weird on the ground, something shiny. After school, he goes to check it out, and it turns out to be this creepy notebook called the Death Note. The cover's all black, and it just has this ominous vibe. So he takes it home and starts reading the rules inside. That's when he finds out that this notebook isn't just any old book. It gives you the power to kill anyone, as long as you write their name in it and know their face. At first, Light doesn't believe it. I mean, who would? He thinks it's some kind of prank or joke. But curiosity gets the better of him, and he decides to test it out. His first target, some criminal holding hostages that he saw on the news. He writes the guy's name in the notebook and waits, not expecting much. But then, a few minutes later, the guy actually dies of a heart attack, exactly like the Death Note said would happen. That's when Light realizes this notebook is real, and with it, he has the power to change the world. He decides he's going to use it to wipe out all the criminals and create a perfect, crime-free world where he's in charge. He takes on the name Kira and starts his secret mission to become the god of this new world. At first, Light's super careful, only killing off criminals that are all over the news. And every time he takes someone out, he feels more powerful, more in control. It's like he's the only one who can truly make a difference. But things don't stay simple for long. People start noticing that criminals are dropping dead in weird ways, and rumors about this Kira guy start spreading like wildfire. The police and government are all over it, trying to figure out who Kira is, but it's tough because Light's super smart about covering his tracks. That's when L steps into the game. Now, L isn't just any detective. He's a total genius, probably one of the smartest characters in the whole anime. But here's the thing, nobody knows what L looks like, how old he is, or even his real name. He's this mysterious, eccentric guy who only communicates with the police through a computer, using a letter L as his symbol. The way he thinks is completely out of the box, and he's known for solving the craziest, most impossible cases around the world. From the moment L starts looking into the Kira case, he's suspicious. He figures out really quickly that Kira isn't just some random killer, but someone super intelligent and strategic. L also notices how Kira only seems to be targeting criminals that are all over the news, which gives him a big clue. Kira must be in Japan. Not only that, but he somehow narrows it down to Kira being a student, because the killings mostly happen at times that match a school schedule. Yeah, L is that good, but L doesn't stop there. He goes on live TV with a plan to bait Kira. In one of the most iconic moments, L broadcasts the news and shows a criminal's face, daring Kira to kill him. Of course, Light, watching at home, thinks, this is my chance to prove my power. So he writes the name in the Death Note, and boom, the criminal dies on live TV. But guess what? It was all a setup. The broadcast wasn't even live across the whole world. It was only in a small region of Japan. L did this on purpose to trick Kira into revealing where he was. Just like that, L narrows down Kira's location to a specific part of Japan, proving that this guy isn't playing around. From this point, it's an intense game of cat and mouse between Light and L. They're both geniuses, and neither one is willing to back down. Light's trying to keep his identity as Kira hidden while still carrying out his plan, and L is constantly coming up with new ways to trap him. What's crazy is that they even meet face to face. L ends up enrolling in the same university as Light, pretending to be just another student, but straight up tells Light,
I want to tell you I'm L.
imagine the tension. The psychological battle between them is intense, with both of them always being one step ahead, trying to outsmart the other. Every move they make, every word they say, has a hidden meaning. But let's say we brought Light Yagami into the real world, and he got arrested. How would the investigation go down? Light Yagami's case explained. In Death Note, Light Yagami is presented as this complex character living a double life. On one hand, he's a top-tier student, and on the other, a serial killer using the power of the Death Note. With the ability to kill anyone by simply writing their name in the notebook, Light begins his quest to eliminate criminals, claiming he's delivering his version of justice. But is this so-called justice legal in the eyes of society? That's what we're going to break down today. If Light were brought to court under international or local laws, how would his case be handled? Would the legal system treat him as a heroic vigilante or a dangerous serial killer? Legal analysis. Let's kick things off with the criminal side of things. In most legal systems, especially in Japan and the UAE, premeditated murder is a serious crime, punishable by life in prison or even the death penalty. By killing criminals without a trial, Light is violating some of the most basic rights to justice. The law doesn't allow people to take justice into their own hands, so Light's actions are a blatant overstep of the legal system's authority. But here's a big question. Could Light defend himself by claiming he was just delivering justice and ridding the world of evil? This is similar to what's called self-defense in the legal world, but in both Japanese and UAE law, there has to be an immediate and direct threat to your life for that defense to stick. Since Light isn't facing any real threat when he uses the Death Note, his self-defense argument would probably get thrown out. Now, if we switch things up and imagine these events happening in the US, Light's crimes would likely be treated as federal offenses, and in certain states, he could be sentenced to death as well. Different countries, but same outcome. What Light is doing is straight up illegal. Ethical dilemmas. All right, let's move into the moral side of things. Some people see Light as a hero because he's actively fighting crime, while others see him as a dangerous criminal because he's dishing out justice by himself. From a legal standpoint, no single person is allowed to be both the judge and the executioner. If we let that slide, society would collapse into chaos. The law requires a fair trial for anyone accused of a crime, and it doesn't allow anyone or any group to bypass that system. So, no matter what Light's intentions were, his actions can't be justified legally or ethically. Conclusion and engagement. In the end, it's clear that while Light Yagami might have thought he was bringing justice to the world, his methods would land him in serious legal trouble. But here's the real question. Do you think Light was right in the way he chose to deliver justice? Or should he have stuck to following the legal system? Here at Law and Anime, we want you to think about it and share your thoughts in the comments. Is Light a hero or a criminal in your eyes? Let us know what you think. And if you've got any legal or anime topics you want us to break down in the future, drop those ideas below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of anime and law. See you in the next episode.